Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. All right, so today I want to talk about excellence, right? And the reason is I think that we don't talk enough about it. And I also believe that there is not enough emphasis on that to really understand how that translates to success in your business. Because one of the things I think we see a lot is that when we get started in stuff and it goes wrong, then people just want to quit. I was actually listening to someone, and I forgot who it was, but he said, nowadays in this current climate, it is really easy to stand out. And the reason it's easy to stand out is because there are so many people who are willing to give up and quit so quickly because of that microwave mentality, that if you just stick to it long enough, you don't even have to be that great. But if you just stick to it long enough, then you're going to excel more because you decided to stick to it where somebody else quit. So, so this is where I want to talk about, excellence. And, a lot of times in this journey, I use myself as an example. There are other people that I use as examples to really show what I'm talking about. There are a lot of people that I got started with on the internet. I got started on the internet in 2009. I didn't say I got started well. I just got started, right? But the majority of those people that I knew, I have no clue where they are. And because they quit. And it is what it is, right? You've got to find your thing. And, sometimes that takes searching. And even in that searching process, it's hard. And I get it, okay? Because even when I started the whole Home Biz Tax Lady video series and YouTube channel and all that, I was a reluctant starter over. Okay. Because I had done so many things and screwed up so bad that, my gosh, starting over one more time was just the most exasperating thing that I could think of at that time. But then I also thought to myself, well, if I've screwed up all those other times, what's one more time really going to hurt, right? So even in that searching process, you are going to screw up and it's part of the process. So how do we get to that point of excellence? How do we get to that point of mastery? How do we get to that, that definition of success? So first of all, you have to have your own definition of success. I was listening to TD Jakes, and he, talked briefly about the parable of the talents that's in the Bible, where he gave one talent, one 2 talents, one 5 talents. The one with 5 talents, he came back with 10. The one with 2 talents came back with 4. The one with 1 talent did nothing. See, the thing about it is that the 2 and the 5, even though they started with different amounts, they produced the same thing. They doubled their results. So even though that 4 talents isn't as big as the 10 talents, you still had 100-fold production, right? You produced 100-fold. And so where we have to, number one, is get out of that comparison issue, right? That you're looking at so-and-so and so-and-so's got this and I don't have that. The reason that comparison, people say the comparison is a thief of joy. You've heard that saying. And that's because you compare what you don't have to what the other person has. And so you're going to lose every time because you're going to look at that person and say, oh, they have this, I don't have that. They have this, I don't have that. So you're always going to lose. This is why you cannot compare your journey to someone else's journey. You really have to run your own race. When it comes down to this life, when it comes down to business, you got to run your own race. So who is it that said, there's this quote. It says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." Some people say it's Aristotle. Some people say it's not. I don't care. But what it says is true. We are what we repeatedly do. So what are you doing repeatedly? Are you repeatedly learning? Are you repeatedly teaching? Are you repeatedly solving problems? Are you repeatedly showing up in your business? Are you doing these things repeatedly? And that's a gut check question, right? Because one of the compliments I get a lot is like, Lysandra, you are here every single day. Yeah, there are a lot of days that I don't want to be here. There are some days like, just previously I was not here. But you have to be there more often than not. And especially when you're first getting started, you got to be showing up a lot because you've got to get through the other noise, right? That's what it is. You have to get through the other noise. And if you stay consistent long enough, then you're going to cut through the noise because the other people are going to fall off and you're still going to be here, right? And so that consistency, that focus, that's another thing that we have to do is we have to learn to focus, right? I was listening to, who is that? It was Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld said, because we have a lack of focus, therefore we have a lack of greatness. See, what happens is that, everybody hears, oh, you got to have 7 streams of income. Well, if you haven't built one stream of income, you can't build 7 streams of income at the same time. It simply does not work. Okay. You've got to get that stream of income going one, and then add another, and then add another, and then add another. You cannot have divided focus if you plan to achieve greatness. That is why when people come in your inbox or they come up to you and say, hey, if I could show you how to make some extra money and it doesn't take away from what you're already doing, would you be interested? And my answer to that is, if I've got time to focus on what you have to offer, then I have more time to focus on what I'm already doing. Right? Because see, people tell you, okay, well, you can just carve out 15 minutes. You can just carve out 30 minutes. Well, if I can carve out 30 minutes to do something else, I can carve out an extra 30 minutes to focus on what I'm already doing. Right? So it's about that focus and being intent on that. Because see, when you're focused, then that's when you're focused long enough. Okay. Like not that whole 90-day thing. Okay. 90 days is not long enough. If you're not willing to give your venture a year, then you're really not serious. And I mean that. Okay. People will tell you all the time, if you're serious about your business, you'll do this. If you're serious about your business, you'll do that. I will tell you, if you're serious about your business, you will stick with it through thick and thin for a year. If you're not willing to do that, you're not serious. So you have to do that own gut check for yourself. So be focused and be consistent. And then rinse and repeat. If you do those things, be focused and be consistent, you will start to see the results. And then when you start to see those results, celebrate those results. I don't care how small it is. People talk about like your first commission. My first commission online was 30 cents. That was the best 30 cents ever. Right? Because see, what happens when you celebrate those small wins, that's what gives you that dopamine effect that makes you want to do it again. But what happens is, because our result might be so small that we don't celebrate that. And then when you don't celebrate, it's just like sucking the life out of yourself when you don't celebrate your wins. Who cares if anybody else celebrates with you? Celebrate your own wins. You don't need, this whole big party because you've done something. Yeah, that's nice. But if you don't learn to celebrate and be your own cheerleader, then you will never have a cheerleader. Because sometimes you just have to do a happy dance all by yourself, and that's okay. But when you are talking about excellence in business, you have to be intent on excellence. Excellence is a journey. It is not a destination, because every time you reach a new level in business, you're going to have to become someone different to get to the next level. What's that book? What got you here won't get you there. So if your goal is to get to that that six-figure thing. I don't know when did six figures become the definition of success? I don't understand. When did that become the definition of success? But if that's what it is for you, okay, great. But when you get there, then what? If you say, okay, well, now I want to be a seven-figure earner, you're going to have to become someone different. So the journey the journey is ongoing. It is always changing. And so you then have to change with that. And so you still have to learn. You still have to show up. You still have to solve problems. If your business does not solve a problem, this is where you fail. Like people get into business to make money. The people that get into business for money usually fail more than the people that get into business to solve a problem. So what problem does your business solve? And if you keep solving those problems, then you're going to see the results of that. Your income is going to be the result of how many problems you solve. That is what businesses do. Right? Just like drive-through. Drive-through solved the problem. Drive-through said, listen, I don't even want to get out my car. I just want to order my food, get it, and go. Drive-through is fabulous. Right? You can still go in and sit down in the restaurant if you want. But drive-through is for the people, I want to get my food, I want to go home and sit down and eat. And solve the problem. So you think about what problems does your business solve, and then you keep solving that problem over and over again. And if you solve more problems than everybody else that quit, then you're going to see the results. But excellence is a journey. It is not an easy journey. On the journey of excellence, you got to give yourself permission to create crap. You got to give yourself permission to screw up. Like people talk about, oh, Lysandra, you got all these videos on YouTube and all that stuff. Can I tell you how many videos ain't on YouTube? Okay, because there's a lot of them that were tragic and just didn't make it, right? But it's okay, because that is what happens on the way to excellence. You are going to screw up. So you have to get out of that. We got to study, and we got to know everything before we do it. And that's not right. No, you got to get out of study mode and get into doing mode. Studying does not produce excellence. Doing produces excellence. This is like I talk about swimming. If you have been following me, you know I just learned how to swim this year, right? I could tell you how to swim. Both of my children swim like fish, okay? My son is a certified lifeguard, but I could not tell you, I can't become an excellent swimmer if I never got in the water. And so it's all in steps. So my message to you is this. If you're saying to yourself, like, when, God, when, all this, get out of that. Learn, teach, reach out to your target market. You have to be focused and steadfast. You can't look to the left of you. You can't look to the right of you. You have to stay focused. Lysandra, why do you have all of these consultations? Like I have a 15-minute consultation. That's because I need to know what's the problem happening in my market. I talk to people to find out what's going on. And then if it's enough of those same problems, then I come and I shoot videos about it. So not only is it helping the people that are calling me, it's also helping me help you. So it's an exchange. You cannot get so caught up in the money that you forget to serve. If you cannot serve your audience, you cannot help your audience, and you will not achieve that level of excellence that you're talking about so much. If you don't get in there and screw up, how are you going to help somebody else that's screwing up? So if you're looking to be on this journey to excellence, again, it's a journey. It is not a destination. If you are looking for that, then be ready to learn every single day. Every single day. Be willing to screw up every single day. Are you going to have clients and customers and stuff that have a bad experience with you? Yes, you absolutely are. You will lose clients, you will lose customers, you will lose prospects, you're going to lose all of that. You learn, you make adjustments, and then you move forward. That's it. It's just like, when I shoot these videos, there's, like 15,000 people that might love the video, and then there's 10,000 that don't. Well, where are you going to put your attention? What we tend to do is we put the attention on people that don't like us. Why? Why do we do that? Focus on the people who love you. I don't care if it's one person that loves you and you got 10,000 that don't. Well, so what? Focus on the one person that loves you. If you serve that person, then it's going to grow. But what we tend to do is we want to focus on the masses. You can't do that because you're not going to please everybody. You're going to tick people off. So the journey of excellence is not an easy one, but it requires you to stay on it in order for you to be successful with it. And that is business. You're going to make money, you're going to lose money, you're going to cry about it, and you got to get up and try it again. That's what it is, you guys. So yeah, I really hope that this makes you be a little more introspective into who you are and where you are in your business. Ask yourself the question, am I showing up regularly to my customers? How am I treating my clients? Am I solving their problems? Okay, if I'm doing all of these things, maybe I just need to keep doing it. Because like I said, folks get up and try something for 90 days and it doesn't work, and then they want to quit. Like, bruh, you haven't. That's like turning off a pot before the water boils. You just didn't give it enough time. Some things, excellence takes time. I am not gonna go jump on the piano and take my first lesson and then next thing I'm playing Mozart. Right? No, it doesn't happen. So that's it, you guys. So be a little introspective. Take a serious look at yourself. Be honest. Be brutally honest with yourself. And then surround yourself with people that are going to help push you forward. Not the yes people. The people that are going to tell you, hey, you're screwing up. Or, hey, you could do this better. Or that just don't look right. You did this really, really great and all that. Surround yourself with those types of people because those are the people that are going to help lift you higher. Okay? Please get out of some of these groups that I see folks in. These groups are not helping you at all. You need a core group of people that are going to help you achieve your goal. A core group is like 5, right? We talk about masterminds. That's what masterminds are. They're a group of about 5 people who are traveling in the same direction and are going to hold your feet to the fire. But there's also an exchange of information and knowledge that helps move people forward. It's not just, trying to sell stuff. That's not a mastermind. That's just a free-for-all. Okay. So listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. I hope this gives you some food for thought and gives you a little something to chew on. But again, we're here Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.